Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around.
Hello, everybody, and welcome aboard to Real Football. My name is Tom, bringing you the watch along this afternoon for Everton against Liverpool live in the Premier League. If you do have a stream, please make sure to be like on the stream. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody is here to take it on the way for you at 2 o'clock in the Premier League. For the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool, the first ever Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium since Everton left Goodison Park last season. The grand old lady has retired to Women's Football Services, so still in use, but most looking a lot different now. But this is now Everton's grand old, or not, well, grand new lady, shall we say. And this grand new lady, going by the name of the Hill Dickinson Stadium, is where Liverpool will visit for their Merseyside derby occasion this afternoon. And I think it is a Merseyside derby occasion where Everton will back themselves because they want to nab that Champions League spot away from Chelsea, who keep on faltering, keep on losing. And, well, I mean, Manchester United did quite a few teams a big old favour yesterday. Because that's the position that Man United are in. Like, people all sit there and think, well, Man United are also in the Champions League fight. No. Man United are above the Champions League fight. Man United are in the position where they are actually, yes, by beating certain sides, doing other sides around them a favour. Manchester United are too far ahead to be in the scrap for the Champions League, because for me, it's probably confirmed for them at this point, and a great win for them yesterday. And like I say, if Everton can win today, then that's a huge bonus for them. Nathan Clark's joined us. Welcome aboard to you. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Jamesy is also in the house. How you doing? Welcome aboard. Yeah, don't forget, folks, to type the number 1, 2, or 3 into the chat. Vote on the poll. Who will win? This is a cross-platform poll. By typing the number 1 into the chat, you can vote for Everton if you think they're going to win. Number 2, you think it's going to be a draw. Or number 3, if you think Liverpool are going to take all 3 points from their first ever visit to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I would back Everton. Their away form is better than their home form. Everybody knows that. They've been fantastic on the road. But I would back them still today, because I think that for me, yeah, I think definitely home advantage. But I also think they're having quite a good season under David Moyes. And again, you know what I mean? They're in the talk for a Champions League football spot, which is crazy to think. It's crazy to think that Everton could get a Champions League this year. But it is the reality. And Chelsea just opening that door for them. Every time Chelsea drop points, the door is opening for this Everton team, who, quite frankly enough, are turning up when called upon. You know, when Everton are told to turn up and get the points, they're getting the points in a minute. And that's the crucial thing. And Chelsea are just letting, like I say, that Chelsea are leaving the door open, and it's getting wider. So there is a huge opportunity for this Everton side today, a huge one, because obviously, I mean, we'll look at the table in a minute, but there's only a point separating Chelsea and Everton, really, in 6th. It's not a long shot for this Everton side to go and nab themselves Champions League football at all. I mean, I know they're in 10th, but in reality, they are literally on the shoulder of Chelsea. I mean, they'd have to hope that Liverpool lose another game, and they'd have to win another game more than Liverpool to get above them in 52 points. Because obviously, 5th place was what it would need to be. But most certainly, I mean, I think that European football in any form for Everton would be a positive. I mean, I'm not sure if they've been in the Champions League before. Maybe Europa League might. I think they're too good for the Conference League. And I know that obviously you could have said the same thing about Palace, but they're quite a young side and a club that hasn't got that many assets, valuable assets available to them, if you like, money. As well as with Everton, well, I think it's a little bit of a different story. So, I mean, look, wherever they finish, you know, I think probably Champions League football would be the dream, and it would be an amazing achievement. But I think a Europa League spot would be nothing to be sour about. If you know what I mean. I wouldn't be sour. If I was a Toffee fan, I would not be sour about getting Europa League. Because that's probably the level for Everton at the minute. Particularly if you've not been in Europe for a long time, you've had a long exile, or you've not been in it before. You know what I mean? Like I say, I do think they're too strong for the Conference League, quite frankly enough. But I think the Europa League would be just about perfectly suited for them. Flicks is in that profile picture. Evil. Why? Why do you do it to me? The man who is going to get sacked at Selhurst Park. I'll tell you that free of charge right now. Big up to Flicks. Hate the profile picture, as you would probably be aware. Time for some team news and match information at the Merseyside Derby Hill Dickinson Stadium. Don't forget 1, 2 or 3 in the chat. Vote on the poll. Down there on the bottom, once you type your number of choice for Everton, draw or Liverpool, that should change in real time in front of your eyes. But in the meantime, whilst you ponder upon who you think is going to win this Merseyside derby, let's have a look at the team news. In the league table, Manchester United doing certain sides a massive favour by beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge yesterday. The first time since 2019 that there has been a league double for Manchester United over Chelsea, and also the first time in a very long time that there has not been a season where Manchester United and Chelsea have played a 1-1 draw. The last time that there wasn't a 1-1 draw between United and Chelsea was back when there was 2 0-0 draws both at Old Trafford and Stamford Bridge. Because as you all should be aware, a 1-1 draw normally is the favourable result when Chelsea and Manchester United go head-to-head. But Michael Carrick's Man United are on a different wavelength this year. Well, I thought Wolves were relegated yesterday after losing to Leeds. I thought it was, and Sky, actually on their TV coverage of the Tottenham game, did show the league table, and it had a red R on Wolves. However, there hasn't been an official announcement to say they've been relegated officially. So maybe I did spread a bit of fake news yesterday, because I did announce on the Chelsea United stream last night, Wolves are relegated, because I thought that league table with a red R meant they were gone. But there was no official announcement. So you're in the pub. Sweet. Ashik's in the house voting for Everton to win this game this afternoon rather. So yeah, we've got not just one game this afternoon. We've got 3 at 2 o'clock. And Everton can indeed move themselves on to 50 points rather. If they get the win, they'll be 2 points behind Liverpool. If they get the 3 points to Everton, they'll move themselves into 6th. 2 points above Chelsea and into the top 6. And that will be a Europa League spot for them. And like I say, they'll want to get Champions League. I think that Everton, if they continue to play the way they have been and finish the season strongly, you know what I mean, don't do anything stupid, they'll get a European spot. And look, it could be Conference League, it could be Europa League, it could be Champions League. I think, like I say, I think they're too strong for the Conference League. And I think that the Champions League might just be a step too far, particularly because, well, I'm not aware of them being in Europe in their history. Maybe they have been. Either way, it's probably a very long exile. So I'd probably say to get them in Europe, the Europa League would be the right place for Everton. So I think finishing 6th there would be perfect for them. Liverpool can move on to 55 points if they get the 3 points, level on points with Aston Villa by goal difference. They will move into the top 4. A point for them will not be enough to have any impact on their table position. Nottingham Forest are against Burnley this afternoon, and Burnley, if they get the 3 points, they will move themselves onto 23 points to within 8 points of Tottenham and to within 9 points of West Ham. Their opponents are Nottingham Forest, who have the chance to move on to 36 points and pull away from West Ham by a further 3 points. The gap will be 4 points between Forest and West Ham if Forest can get all 3 points against Burnley at the City Ground this afternoon. Then we have got one more game, and I believe that is Aston Villa against Sunderland. Sunderland sit in 11th. They are on 46 points. They can move on to 47 points, level on points with Brighton and Everton, subject to Everton's result today. If Everton lose against Liverpool, then yes, they will be level on points with Everton and Brighton. Goal difference-wise, a draw would not be able to move them into a position of surpassing Brighton or Everton. Again, subject to Everton's result today. However, Sunderland, if they do get the 3 points, they'll be able to 49 points. That'll be level on points with nobody. But they can move themselves all the way up to 6th, above Chelsea by 1 point. Again, though, Everton would push them out of the way if they get the 3 points here today. Their opponents are Aston Villa, and Aston Villa can move themselves onto 58 points, closing that gap between themselves and Manchester United. And it would be goal difference, which holds Manchester United above Aston Villa in the league table. Okay, I am going to get the coverage on now on Sky Sports, but let's have a look at the league, at the lineups very quickly. Everton against Liverpool is the game we're watching. SofaScore is enabled as well. Goal alerts for the other 2 games will be available to you. And just a reminder for anybody who did not get the news, Coventry City were on Friday night promoted to the Premier League after a 1-1 draw at Blackburn Rovers. The 83rd minute equalising goal was enough to secure promotion to the Premier League for Coventry City. So a massive moment for them and a massive weekend for them, as Wolves are practically relegated and Coventry have been promoted to the Premier League. It is confirmed. It is sealed. Match coverage, by the way, for this game, Sky Sports main event only. A Sky Sports main event only for this one. If you want to watch the Villa against Sunderland game, you can watch that on Sky Sports Premier League. Sky Sports Plus for Nottingham Forest against Burnley. And EFL Championship action, Ipswich Town against Middlesbrough, is live on Sky Sports Football, and that is a 12 o'clock kickoff. It is just about to finish. Our teams are out of the Sunderland Hill Dickinson Stadium. Here is the team news. Jordan Pickford is in goal for Everton. Back 4 today for them of Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski, Jared Branthwaite, and Vitaly Mikalenko behind a midfield which is split into 2 parts, seeing a defensive 2 of James Garner and Idrissa Gana-Gueye behind the attacking 3 of Iliman Ndiaye, Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Dwight McNeil behind striker Beto on the bench. Is Nathan Patterson, Michael Keane, Tierno Barry, Mark Travers, Tyreek George, former Chelsea player, Tyler Dibbling, Charlie Alcaraz, Merlin Roll and Tim Irobunen. For Liverpool, it is Georgia Mamadashvili in goal for them, a back 4 today for them, of Andy Robertson, who is leaving the club at the end of the season, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Fullback, I don't like that. Midfield split into 2 parts, seeing a defensive 2 of Brian Gravenberch and Curtis Jones behind the attacking 3 of Cody Gakpo, Florian Wirtz, and Mo Salah, who is also leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Alexander Isak leads the front as he returns from injury, and a reminder that Hugo Ekitike will not play for Liverpool again this season. He is out for the rest of the season with a major injury. On the bench for Arda Slot, Liverpool, Milos Kerkez, Alexis McAllister, Federico Chiesa, Freddie Woodman, Jeremy Frimpong. Why is he not starting? Trey Nioni, Armin Peksin, I've never heard of you before, and Rio Engamoa. So big Merseyside derby, the first ever at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Kickoff is very fastly approaching now. And big up to Everton, who are being backed by quite a lot of people to get the win here. Lilash B. Harry in the house as well. I will not be wearing a Tottenham shirt. No chance. Ashik thinks there's no chance for Liverpool this afternoon. And let's get this sharp up in a way. Merseyside derby, always exciting. The final Merseyside derby at Goodison last season was a cracker. I believe it was a Wednesday night Merseyside derby. It finished 2-2. And we all remember that Tarkowski equaliser. Huge occasion. And it is the south side of Liverpool, the side closest to the river, Mersey. Where half the city is right now, I would imagine, watching this match. So Merseyside derby before Manchester City against Arsenal. I'm not looking forward to later on. I'll be honest with you, but this is a nice treat before my pain later on. And I know you're all thinking it might not be pain. I guarantee it'll be pain. Just got squirted in the face by my can. Kick off. Here we go. And of course, when you are the top referee in the Premier League this season, Chris Kavanagh is in charge for a big occasion like this. So Chris Kavanagh is your match official. Anthony Taylor is in charge at the Etihad later on. And a reminder as well that players are taking the near header kickoff here because this is a no room for racism Premier League weekend. I've gone 2-0 to Everton. So Alisson absent again. As he ages on, it appears as though he's getting more injury. Yeah, I'm a little... I mean, there's been quite a few absences for Liverpool and Alisson this season, really, but... Ashvili, I mean, I don't think he's as good as Queen and Kelleher, but you had to move on, really, I think, with Queen and Kelleher. You know what I mean? It's definitely a dilemma when you've got, you know, two good goalkeepers, Queen and Kelleher and Alisson. I think that Queen and Kelleher had every right to have high ambitions and high just, you know, going for bigger heights, really, in his career, I suppose you could say. Just getting the better slips, all that ready to go. We have got a free bet Acca Insurance as well. The Coral Football Super Series is here. Yesterday's Acca Insurance did return as a free bet because Tottenham did not get the win. But yeah, we got a 50p free bet. And so a 50 free bet is what covers the Acca Insurance. It's an £8.22 return. It is for Aston Villa, Everton, Forest, Man City, and Celtic, all to win. And I know you're all going to sit there saying, you're going against your club. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, but I don't think we're going to win today. Yes, I have not backed Arsenal at all today. Nowhere have I backed Arsenal. I don't think we'll win that game. It's hard for me to say that. I don't like having to say it, but I don't think we'll win. I don't think we'll draw. Yeah, so negative, but I have every right to be. The football is not good enough. We won't. I don't think we'll lay a finger on them. I think it'll be a boring game that they end up winning. I can just see us playing too deep, not attackingly enough, and I can just see us getting beaten. So you can all sit there and say negative Nancy, but Villa lead 1-0, and Ollie Watkins with the opening goal for them. About a minute played. And that's a big goal and a great start for Aston Villa as they do lead by 1-0. We do have a couple of PBs and BBs on at 2 o'clock. We've got one. We've got two slips. Two. Yeah, 2 at 2 o'clock. There you go. Well, 3 if you like, active at 2 o'clock. We've got the Accra Insurance active, of course. Remember, there is no insurance on that. It's a free bet. The free bet wipes out the insurance. So if one lets me down, that is it. Over and done with. We've also got the BB, which is for Everton to win or draw under 5.5 goals, over 6.5 corners. 2 shots from Mo Salah. And then we've got one on Forest as well, if they for them to win. Right, Villa goal for you then. 1-0 they lead against Sunderland. Oh, Beto with the header. What a save by Mamadashvili. And that I think you should stop telling me how to support my club. Big games like this, Beto, he's been getting... I mean, look, there's been games this season where Beto has been outstanding in an Everton shirt this season. And there's no denying that. He's a 50-50 player, Beto, but you can see the quality in him, and he definitely comes up when he needs to. You know what I mean? He has these types of games where he flurries, he shines. He's not always like that. He's a 50-50 player. Sometimes he'll have a bad day, but when he's on a good day, he's on a good day, and he's... Right, let's add the sofa score updates for you then. It was the Premier League themselves who updated me on the Ollie Watkins goal. But I don't like the Premier League to give me the updates because they tend to update me on all the goals. Whereas if I do it through SofaScore, I can actually customize my notifications to exactly what game I want to be notified on. And they will only tell me if I tell them to tell me. And what they are telling me is that Sunderland have got level. Villa with a bright start, but Sunderland have equalised quickly at Villa Park. So Sunderland level. John McGinn assisting the Ollie Watkins opener on 2 minutes. But Chris Rigg has rigged Villa's plan and made it 1-1. Let's have a look at the EFL Championship result, by the way. It should have come through by now. Ipswich were against Middlesbrough, and it's finished 2-2 there. Middlesbrough were about to win that game as well. Tommy Conway with the 64th-minute goal, which could have won it for Borough, but Jordan Clark scored an 87-minute penalty to get Ipswich a point. So Borough so close to 3 points that would have been vital for them. Absolutely vital. Those 2 extra points would have been massive for Borough. And I tell you what, on the subject of Southampton, that would have also been massive. Because you guys all know me. Now, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, yeah, Southampton are going to be. So, I mean, look, yeah, I'm not trying to be an negative Nancy or a downer on Ipswich, but for me, do I see it as a positive thing to have Ipswich back in the Premier League? No. I don't have Ipswich in my plan for the Premier League's refresh of teams. You know, Coventry and Borough were originally part of that plan. I just, as Southampton get closer and closer to that to Coventry, I just want them more. It's. I mean, I at the minute, I mean, I am staring quite closely at the Championship because obviously Coventry are through, but like I say, for me, the last thing I want is Ipswich going up automatically. I don't want that. I'm not interested in Ipswich or Millwall at all. I mean, okay, they come up. But for me, I would favour towards Southampton or Borough. Absolutely, in a heartbeat. Dwight McNeil. Oh, good tackle. There's the cross by McNeil. Dewsbury Hall picks it up. It's been all Everton, really. Liverpool have not laid a glove on Everton in this game. That's a free kick. Liverpool have not laid a glove. Chris Kavanagh is wearing ref cam this afternoon, just for anybody who might be interested in that. Maybe Sky will post the featuring moments of what that camera captures on YouTube. So he is wearing a ref cam. I think Anthony Taylor will be wearing one as well later on. Here's James Garner then, ready to line up for Everton. Oh, it's a direct hit from James Garner. Forced save from Ahmad-Ashvili. And not an Everton corner due to an offside flag. Must have deflected. It had to deflect because, well, the goalkeeper can't be offside. And obviously, Garner can't be offside when he's taking the free. I can't see a touch. Where's the offside there? I'm asking the question, where's the offside there? There has to be a deflection. There's no question. It has to deflect. For that to be offside, it has to deflect. I mean, look, probably won't be talked about again, but I'm curious because, like, it's all good and well saying he's offside. Where's the evidence? Beto, he's got space. Execution poor. Give me a replay. Give me a replay. High Liverpool high line. He makes the running behind. He's onside, Beto. I thought that it was too heavy for him. The shot, he completely scuffs it, and I would have thought that he would have just side footed there. He laced it. I think it comes more off the side foot, but the toe part of his side foot. I think Sticky lasers through that better. McNeil. Can he get through? McNeil, deflection on the shot. Big block as well. I thought he was going to get away then. I would have preferred him to try and wheel away a bit more, get into space and try and just pass it into the bottom corner, but Liverpool on the counter, their first real chance, and Florian Wirtz gets a corner. I think it came off Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. So Liverpool's first attacking moment of the game, really. They have a corner. They've not had a shot yet, though. And that's still not a shot. But they get a corner. And Mo Salah in his final season at Liverpool to take this corner in the Merseyside derby. A Merseyside derby, which you have to say Everton are the favourites for, really. They're in better form. Jordan Pickford, he got to that. He's England's number one. And he's had another good season at Everton. And I do think that with these players, there's been a bit of a calming effect and an elevating effect from David Moyes. You know, last season he came in, he did his bits, made them better. Now this season, it just feels like the Everton players are properly coached and their skill sets individually are elevating under David Moyes. And I don't think that David Moyes will be going anywhere for a long time either. I think he's very happy, to be fair at the minute. He looks happy. And I think as long as he's happy to stay at Everton, then that's a happy Everton. mean, look, if they get European football this season, it'll be a massive high for him, David Moyes, if they can get European football this season. Yeah, I don't want to bang on the drum too much, but it seems like this season's a high point for him. And again, just like Man United, who didn't have a good season last season, they've had a positive season, Everton, really. And there's still so much more that can be achieved. I mean, the maximum they can achieve is Champions League football. So, the opportunities are there. Just got to get the points on the board. So, just a reminder of the other games. 1-1 between Villa and Sunderland and 0-0 at the City Ground between Forest and Burnley. Let's have a look at the Celtic score. Celtic are Scottish Premiership. I think they're playing St Mirren this afternoon. There is a game in League One this afternoon, actually, as well. There's actually two. Peterborough 1, Burton 1. Harry Leonard, with the 60th minute equalising goal, just come through as well for Peterborough. Charlie Webster got the opener on 44 minutes for Burton Albion. So 1-1 there. 3 o'clock kickoff in around about 38 minutes' time between Port Vale and Wigan at Vale Park. I'm just looking for this Scottish Prem match because I do believe Celtic are in action. Jordan Pickford's got books for opening his gob. He came up to the referee and just ranted, shouted. You're going to get booked for that, mate. Can't be that far down. It's a big game, that, really. Where's it hiding? The old Celtic game. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'm sure I will. Sofa scores. I'm going to get it up on here. Celtic, right? Come on. What's the score? I want to know. They're definitely playing today. They are. Oh, it's the Scottish Cup. That's why. Well, they're 1-0 up anyway. First minute opening goal from Maeda. I've gone 2-0 City. Look, I could sit there and I could say we're going to win this game. I could get top gooner and be positive, but I prefer to play the honesty game, and I do not think we stand a chance. I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear some realisticness, because Arsenal fans have got to really just be realistic and look, we don't win the Prem, we don't win the Champs. turn on the manager. Yeah, I mean, of course, I hope Arsenal win, but at this point, I have got my gun loaded and I am ready to just fire every bullet I've got to get him gone. You know what I mean? I am fully Arteta out at this point. I think disaster class, not masterclass, but we'll see. Absolutely, he needs. Yeah, done. Yeah, no. I mean, I for one, because I think I'm going to go to the West Ham game. I'm going to the dream for me and the absolute number one target would be. I don't want to debate it either. Diego Simeone. That one for me is not up for debate. Simeone would be my number one choice, 1,000%. I do not believe there is a better person in this world to manage Arsenal and take us to the heights we need to than Simeone. For me, I just think he'd be perfect for the job. So yeah, my pick is Simeone. Ball into the box, kicked by Beto, away by Salah. I'm not convinced. PSG have got a lot of money, got a lot of time. No, I mean, look, I don't think your opinion's wrong, but I disagree with it. I would not put Enrique in my top three. Maybe the top five, but not my top three. And big moment in this game because Everton have taken the lead at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and Iliman NGI is the one celebrating. The man who's on the thumbnail this afternoon sends the Hill Dickinson roaring. Chelsea drop points again. Everton looking for Champions League football. And that is a huge goal for the team who are the favourites this afternoon, you feel. Beto's flick back, Salah's clearance, but once Mikalenko plays that ball back to Pickford, that long ball that he sends springs this attack back into life. The question is Branthwaite onside or offside? What a ball and an emphatic finish by Giant. But VAR are checking. It's not going to count. The goal will not stand. After review from VAR, the goal has been disallowed for offside. Konate's elbow playing Branthwaite offside. Nice one. Well, yeah, next season, I mean, look, there's going to be more of that from me, you know what I mean? Like, there's no denying that. But yeah, I am all sorted now. My passport is on its way. I'm booked for Dublin. Arteta. Salah! Well. Goal ruled out for Everton. And then Salah, who's not had a great season, gets the opening goal. Tarkovsky to Trezeguet again. And then just loose from McNeil in response to receiving the ball from Branthwaite. And Gakpo plays a lovely weighted ball for Mo Salah, who doesn't miss those. And against the run of play, Liverpool lead. Mikel Arteta. That's my answer. Mikel Arteta is the reason. Howdy. There is no other explanation. Mikel Arteta. Do I want Arteta sacked? Yes. Any others? No. No. There was once upon a time there where I actually collected wristbands from leisure centres. Believe it. I can be a collector, to be fair. There's no denying that. But not postage stamps, no. Don't even ask me why. Don't even ask me why. Oh, no. Trading cards, none. I get bored of them. Has that goal from Salah just taken the wind out of Everton a bit? Yeah, they need to get a response. One final Merseyside derby goal before he departs at the end of the season. I'm not sure where he'll go. Whether it'll be Saudi. I mean, look, not every player does suit Saudi, though. I must say that. Because Jordan Henderson, obviously, I don't think he went to Saudi, or maybe he did for a brief period of time. Went to Ajax, and now he's at Brentford. So, I mean, that's a prime example of somebody who didn't suit Saudi. I think Karim Benzema is wanting out of Saudi as well. Might even be out already. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Jordan Henderson, to be fair, he's playing well for Brentford. I mean, look, I don't think Brentford have had a good last couple of games, but he seems like he's... Actually, he looks a bit renewed at Brentford. It looks like he's got renewed energy at Brentford. Yeah, big goal. Yeah, big goal. I don't like Arne Slot. I mean, he's been played at right back this afternoon. That's an issue. That's the problem. Well, he didn't have to because he's had a bad season, but look, for the entire of this season, I could never bet on Salah scoring because he's had a poor season. You can't just sit there and confidently bet on Salah to score a goal. But fair enough. For me, in the old classic setup for the City Arsenal game later on. I think I'm going to go West Ham away as well. I did say that Southampton would be the last away game, but my mind's changed. I think I'm going to do West Ham away. So I'm not done yet with my away days this year, and I don't plan on slowing down either next season. There's been a goal. By the way, Ollie Watkins has got himself a second and restored the Aston Villa lead to 2-1 against Sunderland. Chris Rigg with the equaliser. Ollie Watkins on a brace, restoring Villa's lead to 2-1. So, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is indeed. Yes. Type the number 1, 2, or 3 into the chat to vote for who you think will win the game or draw. I think you've already voted, haven't you? Yeah, you did. You voted earlier. No goals at the City ground, which is a bit of a surprise. Before the beginning of Arteta's goodbye. I'm not confident of you. I don't think we stand a chance. No. I would protest if he came anywhere near my club. No. I'm sorry, but no. I could not have him anywhere near my football club. No. That would be a signing that would make me start protesting. No. I'm already preparing to protest to get Arteta out, but I can't say I disagree. Yeah. Yeah, we do need a miracle. Does he bollocks? Does he bollocks, mate? Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. Free of charge. The only reason that Victor Gyökeres is not hitting the numbers that he should is because he ain't getting service. Arteta is the reason why. And don't worry, me and Charlie will deliver later on. I love Victor Gyökeres. I think he's. I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's gonna get 20 this season, but if Arteta wasn't the manager of this football club, Arsenal, it could be 30. There's the poll, by the way. If he scores later, I will. Well, I think he would disagree with you. I mean, look, he fought his way out of Sporting to get to us. He clearly had. I mean, I've never seen that before, really. Somebody forcing their way out of a club to get to Arsenal, but there you go. He forced his way out and into Arsenal, so. I think that, to be fair, because, I mean, look, anybody who forces their way into Arsenal, I would back them. But maybe he didn't. I mean, look, 20 goals this season is still not bad for him, considering he's under a really bad manager. And I don't think he'll change his. I don't think he'll change his mind just like that. Gakpo nearly. Ooh. Not as bad as Arteta though, Slot. If I had to, I'd have Slot at Arsenal. He's not. He's not. Arteta's worse. Trust me. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Sign the papers now. Sign the papers now. Get him gone. Sign the papers now. Sign the papers right now. Let's go. Come on. Yes. Get him gone. Cool. I don't care. Arteta out. Get him gone. Yes. I'll do it now. I'll do it right now. Arteta out. Arteta out. Yeah, I know you are. I don't disagree with you for a second, mate. I predicted 2-0. I haven't backed Arsenal at all today. I hope we win. But at the same time, Ashik, you've been pretty realistic and fair the past couple of weeks. Don't ruin it. Keep your head screwed on, mister. I don't care. We're going to bottle the league title. I've had enough of Arteta. The only thing that I will love at the end of this season is seeing Arteta get sacked. That's all I want. Trophies and or him sacked. He's been screwed on for the past week or two, mate. He's been all right. I'm just telling him not to lose his head now. I mean, to be fair, he has got his head screwed on with that comment. Yeah, no, I mean, he's been listening to me. I have been saying the Cronkies need to get a bit of Marinakis into them. Fucking hell. We need a bit of Marinakis, I swear. We need a bit of Marinakis. I will protest if Arteta's not gone by the end of the season. Trust me. I will protest. And if you don't believe me, I will protest if he's not gone by the end of the season. I don't care. Like I say, I am planning to go to the West Ham game. And yes, guess what? For me as well, resale prices will plummet for that game if we lose tonight. So, of course, I'll go. And I'll protest. I've got my cardboard sign ready to go, mate. We'll win that game 6-0. We'll win that game 6-0. That will be the one game where we get a big win. We'll win that game 6-0. For the rest, we'll win that game 6-0 because we want West Ham relegated. We'll win that game 6-0. Trust me. No, we'll win that game 6-0. Yeah? I don't care about Arteta in that circumstance. I want West Ham United relegated more than I want Arteta sacked. I will do everything in my power to get West Ham relegated from this league. I will do everything in my power to get West Ham relegated. Trust me. You can all sit there and say, you should be saying that about Tottenham. No, I shouldn't. I predicted West Ham to go down before this season started with a bet. So don't give me all this. No, my mind's not changing. I want West Ham relegated and I want it this season. And also, Ipswich and Millwall, fuck off. Yeah, I don't want Ipswich and Millwall up in the Premier League. Yeah, I told you this. Yeah, I'll keep telling you this. I don't want Ipswich or Millwall. Yeah, go let Southampton come back up, man. Honestly, just because we lost, I don't care. Yeah, one of the best atmospheres I've seen in a long while. Yeah, get Southampton back up automatic immediately. I'll have that away day any day of the week. I love it. I love it down there. I know what I want, and I'll tell you right now, it is not in my plan book to have Millwall or Ipswich come up. And you can all sit there and say, but why? But what? No. Trust me, I'll have Southampton, mate. I'll have Southampton. Yeah, I didn't really recognise them as a candidate up until I went to St Mary's. I saw the way they played. I heard the atmosphere. You know, that away day, despite us losing, reminded me how great of a place that is and how good of a fan base there is there. I would have them back in a beat. I don't care. I like Southampton as an Arsenal fan. They always give us a good game. Their fans are brilliant. The ground's a nice place. I like it down there. It's an away day that I like. It'll be great. Trust me, I know exactly what I want. And it's very rare. It's very rare that I don't get predictions on who I want down and up wrong. I very rarely predict who I want up and down wrong. In terms of the Championship and the Premier League relegation and promotion, I rarely get it wrong. I am one of the masters of predicting who will come up and who will go down. And I said, before the season started, Wolves, Burnley, West Ham. I do like St Mary's. Do you know what? I do like it down there. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's one of my favourite stadiums to visit. I like that away day. It's nice. It's a good ground. I like it. I like the city. I like the fans. I like the stadium. I like the hotel. I just like it down there. I'd probably end up living there at some point. It's nice. Yeah, he does, but he won't get it. 4 hours. But 4 hours worth it. Trust me. You all sit there and think 4 hours, F that. All right. No, I like it. Oh, mate, I'd travel 4 hours. Yeah. It's 4 hours for me, though. Yeah. Brighton's 3 hours for me. Because I think so. I swear to you, man, you should. I don't think the TV did it justice. The atmosphere in there was it was brilliant atmosphere. Like I say, that was the atmosphere that they gave ahead of that game, and in that game, it was one of the best atmospheres I've heard at away ground in a long time. Chelsea's atmosphere, you would think that Chelsea would give a better atmosphere. No. Chelsea's atmosphere was shit. Trust me, that was the best atmosphere I've heard in an away ground this season. Yeah, they deserved it, though. Fair play to them, though. I'll tell you another ground that I like to visit. Carrow Road, Norwich. That's a good away day. Trust me. Yeah, Carrow Road is an underdog away day. Particularly if you're travelling by train. The food's actually good there. Delia. Carrow Road is an underdog away day. It's a good one. Yeah, you want Ipswich up. Sure. Get Carrow Road instead, mate. Carrow Road's a good away day, I swear to you. I will be fuming if Ipswich come up. I will be fuming. I've told you this. I don't want Ipswich or Millwall. I'd take Millwall over Ipswich. If I had to pick one of them two, I'd have Millwall. But I want, for me, look, I want Southampton, Borough and Coventry now. I want at least one of Southampton or Middlesbrough. And I know that, well, look, I said Middlesbrough from the start of the season, to be fair. I said it early on. I'd have Borough and Coventry with somebody else. That's fine. Because guess what? I'd still get to go to St Mary's. You think I care that they'll get relegated? No. I'm pretty settled on the fact they'll get relegated. But I still enjoy the away day. It's one of my favourites, Southampton and Brighton. And I know you'll all sit there and think, why do you like Brighton? I've got connections down there. Nowadays, Brighton is almost an obligational away day for me. We'll see. I'm not going to make any calls yet. I mean, look, let's not talk about that straight away because really, we have to say Coventry, what an absolute beautiful moment. Well, actually, I mean, look, I have a real soft spot for Nottingham Forest as well. I would be quite devastated if Forest were to go down. I'll be real with you. I do have a soft spot for Forest. And it's one of my closest away days as well. Not the closest, but one of. I've always liked Forest. I get on well with their fans as well. They do like Arsenal fans down there. Just to say that, Forest fans do like Arsenal fans. There's no hate between Forest fans and Arsenal fans, really. They don't mind if we come down and watch a game neutrally. At all, so. And yeah, that Forest Ipswich game was Oh. I don't know why. But well, whilst we were playing shit and I was getting depressed by my own club last season, I went to watch the Forest Ipswich game. I love that. Oh, that was great. And that was worth the money as well. Yeah, I know. I bought an FA Cup ticket to the Forest Ipswich game. I don't regret it. I don't regret it one bit. I needed a party. I needed a bit of that kind of exhilaration in my life. So there you go. Last season was an absolute miserable slog, so. No, I thoroughly enjoyed that one, Forest Ipswich. It was definitely worth the money I paid, and I don't regret going down for it. Yeah, sort of, a bit, not really, don't know. I wouldn't consider it a big rivalry as such, but there you go. Kate and Jonathan, by the way, I don't know if I missed you there, but hello, welcome aboard. I mean, I wouldn't say I like Brighton as a club, but it's an away day that I do like to do. I'm not saying that I like the club, Brighton, but it's an away day that I like to do. And again, I've got people down there that I know very well. So, you know what I mean? If I rock up to the Amex, I know quite a few people down there. So, and that's through YouTube, really. There's just certain places that each individual fan will visit and they'll know, well, they'll have a good time. There's other ones like Turf Moor or Ewood Park where you'll visit and you'll hate it. If I had to pick one, though, out of them two, I'd go for Turf Moor. Oh, mate. Ewood Park is genuinely a dump. Do you all think that Turf Moor's a dump? Nah. Ewood Park is. Trust me. Don't sit and say Turf Moor's a dump before you've been to Ewood Park. I promise you. Molineux, I enjoy. Did I enjoy Molineux? Yeah, I know it is. I've been. And people tell you that Turf Moor's crap. I don't think it is. I mean, okay, the away fans have to hang out in a cricket club before the match, but otherwise, I think it's all right, Turf Moor. I don't think Turf Moor's bad. The trains aren't great, but it's not bad. On the inside, most certainly not. It's better than Ewood Park. Is it? I didn't try the food because conveniently there was a Wetherspoons right in the town centre. The only downside to my Turf Moor trip was I had to get I had to jump in with some other Arsenal fans in a cab to get to Preston because the trains were so bad. Northern put a 2-coacher on, and it was rammed to the rafters, and they went over trains for a while. So, and that was my first away day with Arsenal as well. That first away day with Arsenal, and I had to jump in a cab with a bunch of other Arsenal fans to get to Preston to have a chance of getting home on time, or at least before midnight. Because the last train was about 5 o'clock, I think. And yeah, that was my first away. Then I did Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge was great. Atmosphere-wise, the Chelsea fans haven't got much to say, really, if you're asking me. I don't think Chelsea give off a great atmosphere, but as an away fan, I think Stamford Bridge is a nice place to visit. I haven't done Craven Cottage yet, but again, if it comes up in the League Cup or whatever, I might do it. We'll see. Well, if you book the space, you have to block the train. If you've booked the space, and seriously, I'm telling you this because I know a thing or two about the railway. If you've booked the space and you're refused it, you block the train from moving. I don't think you can't block it because you can. Just block the doors, and the train can't move. Barge through, block the doors, stop the train from moving. You've booked the space. But Bournemouth's a great holiday. Bournemouth's a great holiday, though. Oh, it might be a trash ground, but I tell you what, Bournemouth's a lovely holiday. I went down there in September, early September. I caught the last bit of summer. It was great. And it was quiet. I had the last bit of summer in September. Warmth, but quiet. I really enjoyed that trip. It was only a 3-dayer. I only did it for 3 days, but it was a lovely trip. It was a lovely trip. I don't regret doing that trip at all. I thoroughly enjoyed that trip to Bournemouth in September during the international break. Hang on. Turbo Star first class. Sorry. A Turbo Star had first class. Let me just... Am I hearing you right? A Turbo Star had first class. I've never heard of a Turbo Star in first class. Yeah, I know. I know exactly who you mean, mate. EMR. Listen, yeah, I spend a lot of time in Nottingham. All right, I do come around to Nottingham quite a fair lot. I know who EMR are. Yeah, because personally, I prefer to go to St Pancras than Euston. I hate Euston, so I know a thing or two. Turbo Stars don't have first class, as far as I'm aware. Morgan Rogers for Villa 3-1. Just tell. I mean, I want to know about this because, like, well, Turbo starts out of first class for me. Oh, right. With first class food and everything. They had first class food and everything. No, I'm not a Forest fan. I like Nottingham City. Nottingham is one of my favourite cities in the UK. I like Nottingham a lot. I think there's a lot to like about the place. I visit regularly. I like Nottingham. Ooh, nice. No, Nottingham is an underdog, man. I'm serious as well. Like, if you want somewhere which is a proper city, well linked and everything, but ain't too busy, Nottingham's the perfect place. Proper. It's got proper character to it. You know, it's got a massive market square right in the centre of the city. Every corner you walk, there's a different avenue to go down or whatever. There's a place actually on Long Row, I think it is. And if you go up there, there's like a jitty called Hertz Yard, which leads you up to Upper Parliament Street. And Hertz Yard is full of little micro pubs and nightclubs. If you take out that part, then it's got bikes, it's got scooters, it's got trams, it's got a hell of a lot of buses. It's got a nice train station. They've got a new library and car park and bus station there as well. It's also got one of the country's best market squares. In a beat, it's got one of the country's best market squares. I've never had a problem in Nottingham, to be fair. I can't say I've ever come across a problem there. I'm aware. But yeah, look, me, every time I visit a new place in the UK, I'm always looking at, will I live here in the future? And I've got to admit, Southampton would be, at the minute, because obviously I want to be close-ish to London, would be one of my top candidates. I think it's really peaceful down there. I think it's really peaceful, but it's got a nice busy city centre as well. It's got a city centre with everything you need, but it's not too busy. It's quiet, but it's. Oh no, I don't carry a knife. Well, if you go onto Albert Street, I think it is, where the M&S is, there is a jacket potato vendor. If you come out to near where Poundland is, opposite the Victoria Centre on Lower Parliament Street, there's a little alleyway where if you go down, you come past the bikes and you jump round the corner, you'll come out to like Ladbrokes and what have you if you keep going. But on the corner there is also a few vendors as well. And also, obviously, the Market Square is I mean, they've got the A-up market. I think today they've got an international market on, actually. Sell hot dogs? Nah, man. I need a proper job, not that. At the minute, I collect data for a living. Very good. Nope. I hate mustard. I would probably go for tomato ketchup on it, but again, I'm more of a barbecue sauce guy. I don't particularly like tomato ketchup anymore. Nope. I'm quite picky. If you were to come across me and have a meal with me, it's fine. I'm quite picky. I'm getting better with them, actually, onions, to be fair. But I hate the texture of them. I love the flavour, but I hate the texture. I'll have cheese on a hot dog, yeah. I'm not picky. I'm not super picky, but I am picky. If you know what I mean. Like, I'm probably about 50-50 when it comes to how picky I am. Coronation Street's on tonight. Woohoo! Third Sunday in a row, we've got Coronation Street, man. I'm loving this from ITV. Yeah, please keep it up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, you chuck me Corrie on every Sunday, mate. I love it. Yeah, man. Having no week without Corrie. Yeah, give me Sunday. Yeah. ITV make that a permanent change. I swear to God. I will put a petition up to make ITV do that permanently. Give me Corrie every Sunday, and I'll love you. Yeah, take out the Wednesday episode or whatever. Nah, man, Corrie's the goat soap, man, in the UK, I swear. Emmerdale, crap. EastEnders, crap. Haven't even tried Hollyoaks. It is the UK's best soap, and I'm not even... Bog off. I'm a Londoner, and I hate EastEnders. I think it's boring. Beto's got Everton level. I swear to you, man, honestly, Corrie is the goat soap. Yeah, it is exactly what you need. Yeah, every day. A bit of Mancunian drama. It's my cup of tea. Yeah, a bit of Mancunian drama for half an hour does me pretty every day. Everton level through Beton. It is dull. It is dull. Emmerdale's not great either. It has, for now. But Everton are level. Yeah, trust me, man, though. I love my football, but particularly on training as well. You need something to watch. Corrie's perfect for that. Having it on the backlog, yeah, save it up, watch it on the train. That's what I do. Whenever I'm doing a away day where I've got to travel, more than 2 hours, I just backlog all the Corrie, put it and save it up, and then not easily, but we'll see. I mean, yeah. But yes, the answer, I mean, look, when I start vlogging, you will learn very quickly. I like traveling. I am very, very comfortable with traveling on the train and all that shit. And would you believe that I managed on Easter Saturday and Sunday to make the full journey to Southampton and back, 4 hours, changing through London between St Pancras and Waterloo, no delays at all. Not a single minute of delay on Easter weekend to get to Southampton. A 4-hour journey, changing through London, no delay by even a single second. I was shocked but buzzing. That genuinely, that was a huge surprise for me. I did not think that I would be going that week. I genuinely thought I was going to encounter some sort of delay, but I didn't. Not a single wink of it. A delay-free Easter weekend travelling by train when it's supposed to be chaos. Thumbs up to that, mate. Thumbs up to that one, lad. Well, Freddie Woodman is coming on here for Georgia Mamadashvili. That's a... No, there was engineering works. Yeah, cross-country weren't operating to Southampton. Normally, I go with cross-country. They weren't operating. There was engineering works. I had to change through London. Of course, though, I had a bit of a cheat hack for that. Yeah. All of you lot will fall for it. Oh, I'll just jump on the tube. I actually like cross-country, to be fair. Anyways, a lot of you will fall into that trap of changing through London and getting the tube. Me? Nope. I did not get the tube. Instead, I jumped on a line bike. Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. I jumped on a line bike with a suitcase as well. And instead of getting the tube between St Pancras and Waterloo, I line biked it. They are e-bikes, which you can rent for very, very little money. Woodman in goal. So, yeah. I mean, look, it's totally... You can get 60 minutes of ride time with unlimited unlocks and all that lot. So that means basically you can unlock it at any time and all that lot. Stop, start. And that's $3.99 outside of London. If you buy it outside of London. For example, if you buy it in Nottingham, you can get it for $3.99. You buy it in London, $7.99. However, here's the hack. If you buy your line minutes, outside of London at a cheaper price, those minutes are still valid in London. They're the only bike rental company to allow that. Actually, they're not. They're actually better than the Forest bikes. I can't lie. I had a Forest bike in London about a month or two ago, I think it was, after the Chelsea game. Yeah, they have problems. The Forest bikes, they tend to have issues with the speed control. They can get really hard to pedal. The line bikes, yeah, well, you just test the brakes, mate. There's that many of them. That you normally will be able to find one that's working. And even so, the brakes, you don't necessarily need them. Because at the end of the day, you can just control the brakes with your pedals. Trust me, mate. I mean, well, you won't know what I'm talking about, but there is down Nottingham way, there is a massive downhill road with a big bend called Maid Marian Way. And I've cycled down there in the past without the brakes working properly. Turning round a bend in a bus lane. So, not necessarily. If you have control of the speed and you are good with the pedals and all that lot, you can slow down the bike without needing the brakes. No? Because I didn't pedal quickly. I kept the bike at a slow speed. They're easy to ride. Oh, other people might crash, yeah. But me, I'm quite experienced with riding those bikes. Test the brakes then. All you need to do, by the way, before you pick a bike up, I advise you just to go on each brake, both sides, and just give it a little click. Yeah? Test the brakes. If they're too loose, don't ride it. If they're about, they shouldn't be too hard either. They should just be about perfect. If you're in London and you pay the London prices, I agree. But again, I have a cheat code to that. You think I pay the London prices? No. Gibbs White's got Forest level, by the way. Like I say, they're better than the Void. They're the better bikes. You might think, oh, look at these fancy bikes. Because yes, the Forest bikes do look more fancy. Yeah, they look more fancy, but guess what? They have speed control on them. And sometimes that speed control faults. And that means that if that speed control faults on one of those Forest bikes, trust me, it gets hard to pedal. The line bikes don't have none of that. Yeah. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the bikes in London or whatever. I know what I'm talking about, lads. I've been there, done that. I know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to e-bikes and rental schemes. Yeah, I know a thing or two, mate. And the line bikes are by far the most comfortable to ride. As long as you take a minute, you give yourself time, and you check the brakes, they're comfortable to ride. If you're carrying a suitcase, I strongly advise you to carry a bit of this, bit of bungee cord. Yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do. If I'm going through London, I just pack a bit of bungee cord. That's all you need. Chuck your suitcase in the basket, carry a bit of bungee cord. Job's a good one. Nice big bit of bungee cord. £1 at pound shop. Does the job brilliantly. So yeah, that's preparation, mate. You bring a bit of bungee cord, you can get a suitcase on those bikes, no problem. However, it probably would be easier to get it on one of these scooters. He's not great, is he, Freddie Woodman? Preston's number 1 becomes Liverpool's number 3. But yeah, like I say, bit of this does the job perfectly if you want to tie a suitcase down to a bike. If you go to Brighton or Birmingham or Bournemouth, the Beryl bike rental scheme has bungee cord already attached for you. But the downside to those bikes, no phone holder. Fortunately, I was going, all I had to do was go down a hill and up a hill with those ones. Oh, Robertson lined that up there. Could I? Could I? To be fair, I must admit, I had a front row seat, right? I had a front row seat right behind the goal at Brighton in the away end. And I was bullying Bart Verbruggen all the way through that second half. I was constantly cussing Bart Verbruggen, Brighton's goalie. All the way through that second half, I was cussing him. That's what you get if I get a front row seat. Yes, I had a front row seat at the Amex in the away end for Arsenal. I loved it. First half, we had Raya in front of us. Second half, Verbruggen got it right in his face. Away ends that I don't like, Wolves. Wolves chuck you on the side. I don't like that. If I'm in away end, I want to be behind the goal. I want to be behind the goal if I'm in the away end. No, but he did get rattled a bit. That wasn't the end of it, though. Right at the end, I was one of the leftover Arsenal fans because a lot of Arsenal fans on that Wednesday night had to rush home back to London for work. Me, I had a hotel. I was going nowhere. So, of course, because Gabriel played so well, we decided to stand outside their fan zone and sing our good old Gabby chant. You know, the one that goes, "You'll fall in love." And boy, oh boy, did those Brighton fans get rattled. 65 quid for a night in the Travelodge down the seafront. And don't tell me that that's not a bad price. I woke up to sunshine on that morning with a blue sky. That is not a bad price for Brighton. I'll tell you free of charge right now. Because I woke up to a beautiful sunny Thursday morning. I know. And guess what? There was a Wetherspoons literally right up the road. So guess what? I didn't pay Travelodge for breakfast. I was smart. That was a premium room. Yes, premium room at the top floor of the building. That was £2 less than the breakfast. So I saved money by not buying breakfast at the Travelodge and eating breakfast at the Spoons. And guess what? The premium room comes with the Wi-Fi included as well. Because you have to pay £3 normally for the Wi-Fi at Travelodge per night. I wasn't wearing a Bally, no. I was in my flip-flops and t-shirt and shorts. Not at Travelodge. None. They make you pay £3. But it's included with the premium room. Yeah. I think I've got the key. I think I've got the key card stick somewhere. Bear with me. Yes. By the way, don't Don't judge me. I nick hotel key cards. Okay, I never return a hotel key card. I'm a collector of those. Right, let's see. There's blooming four travel lodges here. That's the... Right, here it is. I was in room 816. Now, if you go onto Travelodge's website for that hotel, the 8th floor is the premium floor. There you go. 816 was my room number. 816. Yeah, I've got plenty. I've got a Hilton one. Which was this one? Oh, Ibis. No. 201 at Ibis. 201. That was Ibis Southampton when I went to watch Southampton in a friendly. And then the most recent one was Marriott Bonvoy, and I had room number 525. This hotel was called Moxie. Yes, Moxie. Moxy. Moxie. And Moxie is a hidden gem under Marriott Bonvoy. What? Buy you what? You want one of these? I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 Travelodge cards. This one was the Brighton one. These 3 are insert ones. This one is a contactless one. That one, I think, is contactless. No, this one's not contactless. You have to swipe that one into the thing. That one was contactless. In fact, I could have had the key card on my phone for the Hilton. Just to let you know, by the way, if you are under 18, you can check into a Hilton without needing to go to the desk. I don't advise you to try it, but if you are under 18, you can check into a Hilton without going to the desk. You can do a pre-check-in on the app, and you can get a digital key card, Hilton. You don't need to go to the desk to check into Hiltons. You can do it digitally. Yeah. So if you're under 18, you need a hotel, Hilton's the way to go. They're the only hotel company that do it. I've tried every hotel company. Hilton are the only ones that do it. So I'll advise you, if you need a hotel and you're under 18, Hilton. Just make sure you've got the Hilton on his app. I only paid 60. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll get the invoice for you. Hang on a minute. Hampton by Hilton I stayed in. Well, I won't show you the invoice, but I'll read it. See if I can find it. Hang on a minute. Hilton. February the 8th, 2025. Breakfast was free, and I paid £67.59. Yes. Hampton by Hilton, you get breakfast for free. You do not pay for breakfast at Hampton by Hilton. Free breakfast at Hampton by Hilton's. So I will advise you, if you stay at Hampton by Hilton, you do not need to bother with breakfast. You can just go up and get your breakfast. Nobody will ask questions. It's free. So yeah, that was 67.59. It was a queen room with sofa bed. Forest lead 3-1. So yeah, you want hotel advice? Come to me. Because I tend to normally get good hotel deals. For instance, cashback offers with Marriott Bonvoy. Let's reorganize these though, because yeah, the contactless one should be in there. Twelve minutes to go in this Merseyside derby. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. Two-0 City. And no, I wasn't considering going to that game. And I'm glad that I didn't buy a ticket. Oh my God, the trains are chaos. The lineup's out. The lineup shouldn't be out yet. It's not 3:45 yet. Should oh no. Oh, ignore. No, yeah, it came out at 1:15. It came out at 1:15, right. Sorry. Yeah. No, that's my fault. It came out at 1:15. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at it. Came out at 1:15, right. Havertz up front. Fuck. Yeah, we're losing. Oh, mate, we're losing. I could. Odegaard starting. Oh, no. Not that shit, stupid, crap, alien, idiot. Oh, that captain. I hate Martin Odegaard. He is the worst captain on this planet. He's an alien. He is the worst captain on this planet. Why the hell is that stupid shit captain? That's the one thing, by the way, keeping me quiet about Arteta. Yeah? The only person at Arsenal I hate more than Arteta is Odegaard. That captain jars me more than him. And going for Liverpool, Soberslime. I've got cookies. I know. Cheer me up later. This will cheer me up later. Yeah. Because I'm going to eat. When I'm done here with this game, I'm going to eat one now. Then I've got 2 later for after the game. 3 left, 2 down. 5 in total. Yeah. Cookies. And I've also got Fox's Crunch Creams as well. No crisps, no Coke, just Monster and cookies. It's a biscuit weekend. These are the Co-op's freshly baked 5 milk chocolate chunk cookies. Soft baked and fresh from our oven. Best before tomorrow. So I have to eat them all today. But I will eat them all today. Cookies with milk chocolate chunks. Freshly baked for you. And they claim to be soft. Yeah. These are great. These are great. They're nice. They're good cookies. Only costing £1.42 on a member price. Not bad. £1.42. It's not bad for the Co-op, who can skank you if they want to. One of their best deals, though. Yeah, trust me when I tell you this. The Co-op are skankers. But if there's anything that you want them to not skank you on, pizzas. If you want to go and get pizza from there, 2 pizzas and a tub of Ben & Jerry's ice cream for a £5. For a £5. Yeah, you heard that right. 2 pizzas and a tub of Ben & Jerry's for a £5. Yes, £5. 2 pizzas, Ben & Jerry's. That is one of the best deals and one of the only deals where you're not getting ripped off at that shop. It is real, by the way. If you've got a member card, £5. I think it's £6 if you haven't got a member card. But I'll tell you right now, that is one of the bargains you can get out of there. Because the tub of Ben & Jerry's is worth more than a £5 alone. So practically, you are buying a tub of Ben & Jerry's and getting 2 pizzas for free. They are losing money drastically on that deal. But they ain't getting rid of it. Goal back for Sunderland, 3-2. Problem here, there's not much going on, is there, really, in this Merseyside derby? Villa will win that game, and hopefully Everton will find a way to win here, because otherwise Gacko Insurance is gone. Trey Hume with that Sunderland goal back. No, it's a Villa Park. Well, I think Jared Bramford is going off on a stretcher here. Shit the bed, it's 3-3. It's 3-3. It's 3-3 in that game, guys. Just to let you know, it's 3-3. I tipped a Villa win. Although I did put 1-1 on Super 6. I put 1-1 on Super 6, but today I thought Villa would win. There is. But Wilson Isidore with the equaliser. Jared Branthwaite going off on a stretcher. Hopefully he gets well soon. And he will be taken directly to an ambulance, I believe. Michael Keane will replace him. And off he goes, Jared Branthwaite. Who quite clearly can't continue because he's going off on a stretcher. Can Everton find a late moment? 3-3 between Villa and Sunderland, but could Everton find a moment to spark up this Merseyside derby? I'd like a Villa win. Because the Accra Insurance has got no insurance today. One lets me down, it's done. I'm not sure. I'll have a look on SoberScore. It is not quite out of time yet. Gibbs White's got a hat-trick, by the way, against Burnley. There is a Morgan Gibbs White hat-trick for Nottingham Forest this afternoon. And that is his fourth consecutive goal for Forest at the City Ground because he scored the winner against Porto on Thursday. Now today he's got a hat-trick. So, yes, Gibbs White has got himself a hat-trick and he will be taking home the match ball tonight when he leaves the City Ground in about an hour's time. No foul. Here's a chance. Can they get forward and make something? Through Tyreek George, no. Szoboszlai showing the strength. Yeah, he's not great, George, I don't think, really there. Not the ideal player for that situation. We're in for a ride. There is 11 added minutes at the end of the game. 11 minutes. Nope. I am not kidding. 11 minutes in added time. Once again, 11 minutes in added time. Jeremy Frimpong up against Mikalenko. It's good defending, really. I thought he did well, Mikalenko, and he did do well. Wins a foul, free kick. God, but I thought he did well. And it's 4-3 to Villa. Four 3 to Aston Villa. Tammy Abraham with the winning goal, it appears. And Celtic are 2-2 against St Mirren. Michael Mandron with the equalising goal. They're into stoppage time in that Scottish League Cup final, I think. Semi-final, rather. Not sure what Chris Cabot is indicating there. Oh, my, he's missed it, Woodman. He's missed it. Oh, he's got to it, though. No. Tino Barry there. Dewsbury Hall on the turn. He looked offside. George. Yeah, he was. Not the best when it comes down to awareness, because I could see that George was offside. And attack. Yeah, I could see that George was offside from a mile off. Frimpong's throw. Jones. A bit toothless without Beto. To be honest with you, I think that Beto for Barry in this type of game was not really a suitable change. Final 5 minutes of the 11 minutes added on. Jones and Salah briefly lost the ball, but recovered by Gravenberch. McAllister, Sober's line. Now Kirkes. And Barry, I'm not a big fan of Tyreek George and Turner Barry. I much prefer when Beto was on the pitch for Everton. Tyreek George. Dewsbury Hall. Couldn't get his head to it quite. I think they lack that edge. Liverpool like go and nick it here. Salah. Laid off. So shot. Engamala Port. 4-1 to Nottingham Forest. Is it enough off against White? He's already got a hat-trick. Is it a fourth Morgan Gibbs White goal? Nope. It's Igor Jesus who's got the goal, which in fact is going to secure me £5.25 because Forest to win over 3.5 goals and Igor Jesus to score was exactly what I wanted on that price boost. Three minutes to go in this Merseyside derby. I think it finishes 1-1 at this point. I don't see Everton having that front firepower to get over the line. I'm not confident in Turner Barry and Tyreek George, the substitutes, to get Everton a winning goal. If you're asking me, I'd still have Beto on the pitch. Szoboszlai wins a Liverpool a corner. Final 2 minutes. We're in the 100th minute now. Final seconds. The final 90 seconds of the 11 added minutes. Corner goes in. Van Dijk gets his head to it. And Liverpool have secured a winning goal. Well, who saw this coming? If this goal stands, it's a league double for Liverpool over Everton. Against all odds. Who saw this? Virgil van Dijk, he's big, he's wrestling with Tarkowski. And he gets his head to that. It's a good header as well. I did not. I don't think Liverpool fans particularly saw this come in. I do think it's a big kick in the teeth, though, that they obviously took off Beto and all that lot. The firepower's gone out of Everton for me. There's no denying they've been better on the road. That's a rash tackle. It's game over, I think. James Garner, absolutely reckless tackle. And that's frustration. Like I say, they've been better on the road this season, Everton. But I do think that substituting Beto loses you quality in a match like this. And for me, I've not seen much quality come out of Turner Barry. And there's the final whistle. And it is a surprise win for Liverpool. A surprise League Double over Everton this season. Final score, 2-1 for Liverpool. A big win for them, including the loss of Georgia Mawadashvili. And next up, it is City against Arsenal.